Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Avenue, the channel where books aren't just discussed but transformed into powerful, practical lessons for your life, your future, and your success. Today we're diving into a book that has changed millions of lives by teaching people how to use their brains the right way. This is the international bestseller Brain Rules by Dr. John Medina, one of the world's leading molecular biologists and brain researchers. This book isn't filled with boring theory. It's about real science, explained in simple ways you can apply immediately. You'll discover how to learn faster, remember more, stay focused, and become mentally unstoppable. If you've ever forgotten something you studied just yesterday, felt foggy even after a full night's sleep, struggled to focus, or wished you could think faster and with more confidence, this book is for you. Your brain isn't broken, it's simply running on the wrong rules. Dr. Medina presents 12 brain rules that reveal how your mind actually works. These rules are like doors, and when you open them, your life begins to transform. Think of this as not only a summary but also English practice. Every lesson is shared in clear, simple language, so you improve your brain and your communication at the same time. The first principle shows how movement powers the mind. Exercise isn't just about fitness, it's fuel for the brain. Even a 20 to 30 minute walk each day increases oxygen flow, strengthens memory, improves focus, reduces stress, and even helps protect against diseases like Alzheimer's. One man who had been depressed, overweight, and unfocused began walking daily at dawn. Within weeks his concentration improved, within months he earned a promotion, and soon after he lost weight and regained his energy. In his words, "I got my brain back." Movement was the missing fuel. Another core principle explains that the brain evolved for survival. It wasn't designed to sit in classrooms or offices but to solve problems, detect threats, and create meaning. That's why your mind reacts so strongly to novelty, emotion, urgency, and challenge. When people feel disconnected from purpose, they lose focus and burn out. But when you align your life with meaningful challenges, your brain comes alive again. A young woman in London left a lifeless office job to build homes for underserved communities in Africa. She described feeling awake and alive for the first time in years because her brain was finally being used as it was meant to be, solving real problems that mattered. The book also teaches that every brain is wired differently. No two people think or learn in the exact same way. What works for one may not work for another. A boy once labeled slow in school became a successful engineer because he discovered his talent for visualizing machines rather than memorizing facts. His so-called weakness turned out to be his strength. Your brain is not broken, it's unique, and once you work with it instead of against it, everything changes. Another truth is that the brain does not pay attention to boring things. Your focus is like a security guard at a gate, constantly asking, "Is this new? Is it emotional? Is it useful?" If the answer is no, attention shuts down. That's why lectures, meetings, or books that lack emotion and surprise rarely stick. To capture attention, whether you're learning, teaching, or presenting, you must make the brain care. Stories, visuals, questions, humor, and change all keep the gate open. Memory is also a central theme. Short-term memory is fragile, like a whiteboard that erases itself quickly. Long-term memory, however, is built through repetition and recall. Without review, most people forget 90% of what they learn within a week. But with spaced repetition, reviewing after 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, and 1 month, the brain strengthens those connections until they become permanent. Memory is not a file you save once, it's a muscle you must train over time. Sleep is equally critical. Modern culture glorifies hustle, but lack of sleep reduces brain performance by up to 40%, the same as being legally drunk. Sleep is when your brain organizes memories, solves problems, and clears toxins. Without it, your mental factory clogs and crashes. Protecting your sleep is protecting your success. Finally, stress is revealed as one of the greatest enemies of learning. When you're under pressure, the brain's alarm system floods your mind, shutting down memory and logical thinking. Chronic stress even shrinks key areas of the brain. This is why students who study well often fail under pressure, not because they're incapable but because stress hijacks their focus. Managing stress isn't just about feeling calm, it's about keeping your brain free to think, create, and grow. The deeper you go into brain rules, the more you realize that your brain is not against you, it's waiting for you to understand how it truly works. By following these principles, you can think faster, remember longer, focus deeper, and live with more clarity and purpose. So, as you listen today, ask yourself, which of these truths will you apply right now? Will you start moving daily, protecting your sleep, or reviewing with repetition? Each small step unlocks a door in your brain. And once those doors open, your future begins to change.